Here's our reminder
Good
here.
morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. And yeah, it's actually a happy birthday to my mom out there. If she's listening, who knows?
Oh, happy birthday, Mrs. Matsby.
Yeah, Mrs. Massey. Oh, I think
Mrs.
it's Ricky
Matsby.
Gervais's birthday too out there. So happy birthday to Ricky Gervais too.
Oh, that's great. I
Oh,
love
and I
Ricky
think
Gervais.
it's the anniversary of Michael Jackson's death too. Yes.
Oh, no. Happy death day to Michael Jackson. Ow. I can't
Yeah.
do a Michael Jackson impersonation. But while you are out there clicking on the skip ad link, I'll just say that it's a game where you get coins to buy food. You eat the food so that you can get fart fuel, so that you can fart and go higher to get more coins to buy more fart fuel. It's called Fart Simulator on Roblox. All right, I just want to get that out of there. We were having fun with Fartcoin last night during the show, at the end of the show there. Oh, Sagata Coffee wants to know if your mom trades. That almost sounds like an opening to a your mom joke.
No, no trading for
Oh,
my mom.
okay. No, she likes her boys. She's not going to trade them. Uh, all right, all right. I think they finished watching the ad. Matt, take us on out to the some cool stuff happening with the SPY, or is happening with the
Yeah.
SPY.
Well, yeah, it broke out yesterday. There was a higher high, right? So we finally did it. This previous high back on June 11th, it broke out. So we're seeing a continuation higher. And the potential to go to all time highs is finally there because of that higher high. So that'll be on my radar right there, 613.23. If that can continue its strength, then perhaps it can break free. Is the QQQ breaking out yet? All time highs? Yes, it is. Pre-market, it is all-time highs for the QQQ,
Yeah.
540.81 and 541.75. So if the QQQ can do it, then perhaps the SPY can catch up as well. So I will be looking at that 540.81, right? Just for
Hey,
a
don't forget to go
just
back
for
and
that.
do that fib extension. Or no, I'm sorry, the fib retracement from the left that gives you the 141 right, or the 127 right underneath. The reason why it jumped, it gapped up yesterday.
Oh,
We did that
that
last night.
was
That was really
from
cool.
I forgot which
Oh, was it?
time period that was. Yeah,
I thought it was
it
the
was
daily.
way
I
it
thought it
was
was the
way
daily.
no, it was way in the past. I think it might have been this one from
Oh,
the 2021. I don't know,
yeah.
but either way, it's in all-time high territory. We're going to focus on that throughout the week. Close
Yes.
above it on a Friday weekly candle close, then that'd be really bullish, right? All-time high weekly candle close. So I know a lot of people were super fearful. A lot of people were screaming gap fill, gap fill, gap fill, but sometimes gaps don't need to get filled. So we'll see how this develops. And 540.81 is the target. IWM is also breaking towards resistance right here in the daily chart. The 200-day moving average is coming right up. That's at 215.61. Then 217 is right there as well. And this has potential to break free as well. So things are just the momentum is there. Things keep breaking resistance, and Robinhood is also almost at all-time highs this morning. This morning pre-market.
And
Coinbase is
Coinbase.
going up too. It's going to be next to all-time highs. Things are looking great. Even Nvidia looking fantastic for almost all-time highs soon as well. But I wanted to just show Bitcoin dominance because Bitcoin is kind of outperforming some altcoins this morning. It's almost back up to the 786. I think that's why we're seeing Bitcoin rally
Yeah.
compared to altcoins. I think it wants to get to that 786. I think Bitcoin wants to remain strong until it gets there, and then altcoins can take over. So we're not there yet. So we're seeing some outperformance still for Bitcoins, which is making people even more depressed on altcoins. But this is exactly what I like to see. I want to see things hit levels, maybe even go above levels, and then we'll see some excitement with altcoins. But yeah, Bitcoin. There's nothing bearish about this chart. It keeps on being range bound. It just keeps getting liquidity below this 102 level, 103, and now we're on our way back to resistance. So the closer it gets to the 110 500, I will be more cautious. Just like the previous times it got back up there, I'm like, yeah, don't be excited until we get confirmation. So we're not there yet, but 110 500 is the goal to break above for the week on Sunday.
Woohoo. And let's see, here's my boring old Bitcoin chart. It's not nearly as cool as Mattsby's. But here are the short term. Yeah, Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart is still just riding that conversion wave, that conversion line all the way up on the Ichimoku conversion line. I'm targeting 109.877 to. I'd like to see it to go to the 886 and then back test the 786 at 108.014, and then we can, and then of course there'll be like 5 waves inside of this, but this should go up to. I'm hoping for the 141 at 119,710 for Bitcoin. So that's the next stop for Bitcoin, and then as I've gotten this note, I'm still projecting at minimum 179,000, but up to a possible 222,000 for wave five during the cycle of Bitcoin. And then Tesla does seem to be going for. I'm predicting this 335.33. It's a 786. It's the middle fib retracement between. It's kind of the middle between the 702 and then 886. So we got back into the blue zone. It tried to break out higher, couldn't get to the 100%. So back in we go. Yeah, the 786. If this holds, that'll be great. You can see it tracks well. Oh, that's a 15-minute. Well, that's good enough. This is the moving average 300 on the 15-minute chart, so it's 4 times 75. What if I just do it on the 1 hour chart? Here you go. There's a 75 right here. My moving average 75 should act as support as it approaches 335.33, and then send Tesla higher. And my next target is 420.69. And that would just sort of be like right between the 127.2 and the 141.4 fib retracement of these same levels we just looked at down here. And what happens is that as soon as we get to 420 anything, everyone starts putting in buy orders for 420.69, and the market makers just keep selling it right off. They won't let it get there because they know the longer they keep it just under 420.69, the more shares they can sell you, which I don't know why they would do that unless they're planning on running this back deeper. But anyway, usually after, I guess that's what it would be, right? If it can't get over 420.44, it will send Tesla back to 383.77. I'm sorry, we're kind of that's neither here nor there. That's the future, but that's the conundrum. Either if it can get over 420.79, then 402.10 should be support. If it can't get over 420.69, then it's going to have to drop back to 383.77 before it gets enough momentum to go higher. Matt, how about your Tesla chart?
Yeah, my Tesla chart is super exciting. No, it's not exciting yet because it's at resistance, right? It's at resistance. So I'll just pull it up right here. It keeps
Yeah.
on nailing the 347 and my orange level of the GAN, and it's not ready yet, right? It's just not ready. So I did point that out earlier last week or later last week. I was like, yeah, it's right back at resistance, guys. No time to celebrate. Even yesterday, it went right up to the 350s again, got pretty close to my orange level again. And I mean, if you're going to look at one thing, it's going to be this 347.58, right? It's got to start closing weekly candles back above it.
Yeah.
And so far, it's not there. So we'll see if it can actually close the week back above it, or if it can actually accelerate to break this orange level again and break through that for a weekly candle close, not just a daily candle close, but because you can see all these weeks, there are a bunch of wicks here, all of these weekly candles, a bunch of wicks. So we need to get through that sell wall and then break above. So once we do that, I think it'll be good. But right now it's just range bound between basically the 321, 347. That is kind of the range in between these fibs. So until that happens, nothing really exciting is going to play out. I do see some.
Yeah, I would argue that the price is probably. There's a really good chance that price will just get stuck around 347 for a little while, just enough to make the Bollinger Band get squeezy.
Yeah, I do see some requests for some RVPH here. Rivia Pharmaceuticals. So we'll take a look at this one, and it could be a triple, quadruple, duple bottom here, I guess. But these kind of charts, I'm not interested in. I think it has potential to maybe stabilize because it has been doing that. That's been the trend, but there is no momentum to the upside. There is nothing being broken as resistance. So this is not a bullish chart. It's just trying to not die. So if that can hold, like maybe the 70-cent zone, I think it has potential. But otherwise, it's just still a very bearish chart until it can maybe get above like the 50-week moving average, maybe the 80. sorry, the 122. But ultimately, as long as it stays below the weekly Ichimoku cloud, it's not going to be bullish development. And that cloud is way up there at 240. Way up there at 240. I see ALGS as well. I'll get on that one. And ALGS is kind of similar, right? It's trying not to die. We got a zero fib way down here.
Oh no.
But this is trying to get a little bit of a bullish formation, maybe like the conversion line is trying to be a support zone 643, that's 676. So I guess that's your line in the sand. Stay above that zone. It has potential to go higher, but also it's the same situation. It's not a bullish chart. It's not making higher highs. It's not breaking any kind of important resistance above. So until it really does that, it's something that I would just stay away. And tracker.
Yeah, that chart is full of sadness and hope and despair. It's like battling with hope, and it's the hope that kills you, right? Like they said in Ted Lasso,
Yeah.
hope and despair. Did you have another one, or
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead.
go? Okay, I'm going to do Ondas in a second, but first I had this up already. I wanted to pump Matt's new X subscription. If you're not already in his Patreon, you could get for just $5 a month his X subscription, where he let everyone know when Iron was breaking out. I think right around here, around 954. It got over 954. And then here's my chart. It's heading for 1433 at minimum now. It could go to 1651, but let's just look for 1433 first. If that is resistance, it'll send it back to 864. If 1651 is resistance, it sends it back to 1082. So anyway, Iron, it's got about 20% to go to the 61.8. What is this one? 30, almost 38% to go to get to 1651. So Matt's monthly subscription on X is only $5 a month, only $2 a month more than mine. So that was Iron. Ondas, or ONDS, Ondas Holdings, as per the request. Here's my Ondas chart. And let's just go to the 4-hour chart, because this one's kind of fast. I like Ondas. I was in it. I skipped out of it for a minute, and then look what they did. They went ahead and broke out. So that's on me. But I've got a bunch of calls, some like September calls, and oh man, they're gonna be so good today. Ondas it's kind of like Matt will say it's at resistance because it's still under the 886 here. But I'm looking for it to go to at least since it's got over the 382, it went that far. Probably in regular trading hours, it's going to go to the 61.8% fib at $2.08 at minimum, maybe 225, maybe. But if it just gets to 208, it's going to get sent back down to $1.62, and then it's going to go for 283 next. So that move from 162 to 283 is 75%. So that'll be a nice trade right there. There's your Ondas. ASTS. Oops, that is ass. I don't want ass. Look, nobody even has that ticker. Nobody wants that ticker. Nobody wants to be the ticker of ass. All right, ASTS Space Mobile. It is at resistance as well. It looks like it's trying to get to the 141, but you know what's going to happen? If it can't get to the 141, it's going to get sent all the way back down to the 786. And after the 786, if it can't get over the 100, it's going to get sent down deeper. But I think there's hope for it. I think maybe. So I'm looking for ASTS Space Mobile to pull back to somewhere between 35.96 to 32.12. So that's like 34% lower from where prices right now. If it can get over the 127, get to the 141, then it'll probably just come back down to 36.69 and then take off. Anyway, that's what we're looking at right now. It's at resistance and it's struggling with it. It's already under the 127.2 here in pre-market. All right, back to you, Matt, and I'll pick up my next one.
Yeah, I see a question too about do I have any educational content to learn GAN? Yeah, it's on my Patreon tier 4. I have a 8-lesson course so far, and probably more lessons to come in the future on the tier 4. So there's lots more detail out there.
It's a fantastic course. I did the older version of it, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like I can draw Gantt charts too. I just need more practice. I spend so much time drawing my charts. get enough time to practice Gantt charts.
Yeah.
But you can see Cat's already gotten pretty good at them.
There's just a lot more detail on Patreon than there is on X, so you can subscribe to both if you feel inclined. Yes,
Yeah.
there we go. Let's go to
Yeah.
Toast.
I do Toast. I subscribed to your X subscription because I wanted those instant alerts coming into my X feed.
There you
Because I
go.
don't really get to talk too much during the day, and I don't get to spend a lot of time in your Patreon like I should. Your Patreon or
Yeah, well,
Telegram.
you can put it on your computer. The Telegram.
That's true.
Yeah.
I need more screen real estate. Go ahead. Toast.
All right. Toast, here we are. It's trying to break out, right? It's really, really trying. It's been trying for the past couple of months, basically. 618, that's the target, 47.77. It's not there yet, but it looks like it has the potential to get there. Just a little bit more room to break out. And it's been stuck in this range between the 40.92 and that 47 for a while now. But the good news is this was like a previous resistance zone, and now it looks like support. So because of that, it really looks like it has potential to stabilize in that lower $40 zone and then just continue the journey higher. So Toast actually looks pretty good up here, and it looks like it has room to run to at least 47, and then up above there's 52 and 57. The big 786 fib right up there would be next for it. And Uber, I'll take a look at that too, UBER. And Uber, we can see it's trying to break out as well, right? It's basically at the 1.618 fib right there. And that fib is at 91.34 right there. And it is above it pre-market, but that's the goal. The goal is to stabilize and close above it pre-market. And then we can see, use my log scale GAN that I have here as well. It's also trying to break above the ARC again. So it did try to do it last time, but it failed. But maybe now this time is the real deal. So if it can close above that linear scale, 1.618, 91.34, and this log base 1.272 at 88.03, and my blue arc, then this is really good. This is a breakout. And then this has potential to establish a new foundation on top of that low 90s, high 80s zone, and then head to the 103.93. So Uber looks great, but we need a strong close on Friday. I don't want to see this just turn into a wick and close below levels, because then that would mean it's all still resistance.
Yeah. There's no such thing as bad press with Tesla's robotaxi service getting so much lip service and a microscope on it. Uber is also doing well. It's getting a lot more volume as people sort of argue in the markets whether, Uber versus Tesla's cyber taxi. But I think cyber taxi will win. Okay. Oh, thanks. All right. So here's Big Bear AI. I like this one too. I was in it. I got bored, and then I switched over to something else. And of course, look what it did. It broke out. So I got to stop doing that. Big Bear AI. My next target is this 1414 at 573, which also corresponds to my larger, my 382 at 591. So my target for this is 573 to 591, with support back down here to the 236, which is just above also the 886. So my target is 455 to 447. After that, it goes into the wonderful wave 3, where we will get, let's see, from this 236, about 213% higher to reach, actually, wait, I should do to this one, to 1390 would be 204% higher at minimum for Big Bear AI. So, and you can see the institutions are just snapping it up on the 4-hour chart, on the 8-hour chart, on the daily chart. 71%, still quite good. A little, yeah. Anyway, Big Bear AI is doing bonkers. I was going to do. We've done Oscar a whole bunch of times, but here's the Oscar chart just once more here. Oscar is breaking out. My target is the 764 now, because I think it wants to kind of play around with this 702. It could hit the 702 as resistance at 2658. So my target's like 2658 to my 2781. I almost want to lean towards the 2658 really. It makes more sense. And then after that, it has to come back down to the 382 at 1950, or it's really the 50% fib on the retrace on the side, 1953. So there you go. Probably a move. It's got about 31% higher to go to hit 2658. That's Oscar. And then Big Bear AI Wolf. I got Wolf. I haven't updated in a while, so I don't know what kind of state it's in. Matt might have a better wolf chart. Oh, this isn't bad actually. So if wolf can get it, it's got to go at least at minimum. It's going to go to the 382 back to the 236. That would be the 50% here. Oh man, it's having a hard time just getting over this 8-hour moving average, but maybe Bitcoin will help it out. So look for at minimum 535 and then back to 409, but hopefully something a little bit better like to 738 next and then back to 409, or even better than that, obviously would be the 764 back to the 382 would be the most bullish case. So anyway, just watch these levels for right now. 535. If you can get over 535, then maybe 693. And there you go. That's Wolf. And then to 693 is about, that'd be 74% higher from where prices right now. To the 50% level on the left is 29% higher from where prices right now. So there you go. There's Wolf. How about back to you, Matt?
Yes, sir. Let's go see what's on the list here. I see a SoFi request here, so I'll jump on that.
Oh, yeah.
SoFi. So here's my SoFi chart, and look where it is at pre-market, guys. Right, boom, 702, 1606. It's at 1604 pre-market. Good developments. So a nice V bottom after basically touching the cloud way down here and the 382 fib. But now it's basically a resistance zone, and this was a big zone in the past. You can see it was just basically battling it for months there before it just got rejected. So it might take a little bit of time to break above this 1606 and the arc up here, maybe around the 1670s, until it really wants to head towards the 1883 above. So bullish bullish chart, but I'm always cautious at resistance because it could come back down to the low 15s, high 14s again, retest levels before trying to break out. So caution here, more bullish down here if it does come, but I'll be looking for some kind of a breakout for a continuation higher.
Let's see. I'm playing around with the Soxel chart because my short-term chart says that this 141, let's see, from here to here, we're at it, and it should be resistance at 2444, but then it just seems like it's already going. So if it wanted to keep going, so I pulled a new fib, this 100% up here from down there. And in that case, it's just over the 50%. It's under the 618, so it could go to 2749. I don't know. What do you think about semiconductors? I know you just said Nvidia is at all-time high.
All right, getting going
Or
towards
we're very close to it.
No,
Getting
the
going.
estimation looks fantastic, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then there you go. Maybe just a little oscillation on the way up to this 702. Like I said, 2749 for Soxel. And then it'll try to get to 3284 after that. Let's see. And then an actual request. You got the grab stuff, but I had a grab chart. Oh, yeah, look. 764 382. It by as far as I can tell, it should really want to go to 440, but maybe it's getting front run by the market. Maybe that's all it needed to do. So it could have already found support. I guess we'll know for sure when it checks out this 8-hour moving average 75. If it can't get over 487, it'll go back down to 440. But if it can get over it and the conversion line curls up, then yeah, it could just be ready to go on to the next stop, which in my charts, the 1382 at $7.22, or this much higher, 52% higher for the next subwave. That's not even the whole chart. That's just like the small part. A larger ABC that takes it back to a 618 retrace of its all-time high takes up to 1203. Right, and Matt, you can take it over. Or I can just do another one.
I got Tiger on
Go
board
ahead.
here, and
Oh yeah, Tiger.
also, did you do FI or no?
I did not.
Oh yeah, I can do both of those. So let me
I
just
have not.
go take a look here. All right. Yeah, here's my Tiger chart. So Tiger's trying to break out, right? It's really been trying for a while too. It's been trying ever since basically February. It's been trying. Almost did it, fake out, but it went back to the back test the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud, and now it's gapping up this morning to go above the Ichimoku cloud. So we're gonna watch that $9 level. Maybe actually it's like 884, right? That's that 50% fib. 884. Stay above that, it goes higher. And I still think Tiger is a great thing, and it's going to probably go to the $12, maybe even 16, maybe even back to the $20 zone above in the future. So it's a beautiful breakout back test inside the cloud for a continuation higher, and I think it might be ready to finally stabilize on top of the Ichimoku cloud and that 50% fib there around 884 before really trying to go higher. And FI, we'll take a look here. This is basically at resistance right now with the conversion and the bottom of the cloud here. We can look at the monthly chart and just determine that it's kind of getting rejected by the monthly baseline now, how it's 173.85. So if it continues to close monthly candles, and there is 5 days, 8 hours left until the monthly candle close, if it still closes below that this month, then we could start to drift lower, right? Even back to the 134s. So I think monthly candles are the important thing to watch on this chart because it's the high time frame resistance zone right now, and 173.85 is that resistance zone. So, whoa, Crow! Oh my God, you're getting attacked, Tracker. No,
Yeah,
but
Bitcoin just crossed
anyways,
107,283,
nice. But
which
yeah,
is
Pfizer,
my
be cautious here until there's.
127.2 flip. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna finish
Sorry, go
this.
ahead.
The FI is just
Yeah.
basically at resistance right now. So just be cautious until we get confirmation it wants to close above. Go ahead, Tracker.
Let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin is well into the blue zone here now. And like I said, I'm looking forward to get over the 786 to the 886 and then get sent back down. So 109,877 is my next target for Bitcoin, which is going to just make coin still just power on up here for a little bit. I thought maybe it might turn down from the 764, but it's not showing any signs of that right now. Unless, all right, anyway. Here's my Tiger chart just real quick. On the longer time scale, looks like I have to kind of bring this out and stuff, but just looking at the whole Tiger history from its all-time high to this higher low down here, it could easily, like Matt was talking about, start bouncing around between get over $10.85 up to 16.13, and then the 50%, the large 15% level is at $20.40, and then one day it'll get back up into the 702 to 886 range, 27 to 34, and then then the 141127 up here at $53 and $48. So yeah, lots of good things. I got to get back into Tiger. I got to get back into this one. Gosh, if it went to the 141 from where prices right now, that's 548% higher. That's half a 10 bagger. And then back to we did do Soxel, but I'll just show you one more time real quick. Matt says that SMH semiconductors look pretty good, so Soxel's looking pretty good here on my 8-hour chart. I was looking for resistance here at 24.25 or 24.44. I don't know. Maybe we'll still get it. I was thinking it would go back down to 1956, but maybe it'll just continue based on these numbers right here. Maybe we'll go to 27.49 first instead, which would be the 100% on my fib extensions. That's interesting. So I don't know. It's kind of tough to say either. I won't spend much more time on this. I just wanted to show the percentages. Your risk reward is either a reward of 12% higher to 27.49 versus a risk of it dropping 20% lower to like 1956 or 1936. Here, that's Soxel again.
I'm gonna do
I want to see your
some.
SMH and MAG chart. Yeah.
You want to see my SMH chart?
No, somebody in the chat requested it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can.
Reddit just gave me the next crow.
Oh,
Reddit's at my 382, so it's either at resistance and ready to come back to the 236, or it'll plow on to the 618. So there you go. Risk reward. Sorry, just squeezing this one in here
no
just because
problem.
I saw it. 27% higher versus 18% lower. All right, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I was just gonna choose some that we haven't really done for a while since we don't have that much time left. I'm going to do Octa. I see that one. I haven't really charted that one in a while. And it's trying to do a back test right now. So it is basically in a back test zone now. And it did get rejected basically by this 114 up to the 116, 117 zone. And it came back down. So maybe a little bit more down before up. But I think this zone is pretty good for a back test. Maybe down to the 92, maybe 91 if it does come. But if not, I mean, this whole zone could be good for accumulation anyways before it's really ready to break out before it wants to go higher. So yeah, Octa, it broke out already, back tested the arc, back tested the cloud. So it's not guaranteed to go back down there for a second time, but it is still possible. But either way, I think it's just building up some energy here before it's ready to break out, maybe even towards the 142 or above. So Octa, it's looking almost ready to go. Maybe a little bit more time being boring, but that's what I like. I like when things are boring before they're exciting.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I've got. I'm just going to hit a couple of the quantum ones here. I see QSI from Chris H. Here's my QSI chart. It got over the 236. It's heading for at least to the 382 fib extension here at 296. But on the way there, it's going to hit this 141, 127. So look for a turn around 263. Maybe it checks back to 247 or even back to 215 again if they really want to press the whole thing. But eventually it should get to 296 at minimum, which will send it back down to 220 before it goes up to the 123.6, which is 736. If you can get over the 382, then it goes to 417 and then back to 236, etc. And then last night we talked about QS because Cat and I liked this stock for a while, but then I just started to see it was getting too slow for me, so I stopped doing it. It had a big after hours kind of thing yesterday, but the thing is that Cat pointed out every time it jumps up, it just kind of it wicks through like the this moving average 75, or it goes to the 21 EMA and then just stays stuck under it. So maybe this time will be different, but so far, every single time, all these wicks up here, it's the 21 SMA, and then it just gets sent back down again. So look out for that one. But here's QUBT. I think no, I'm not in QUBT. I'm in QBTS. But QUBT is still heading for. It's doing great. It went over the 302. It got over the 618. I think it wants to go. It's possible to go 618 to 236. It almost looks like the Ichimoku Cloud wants to do that, but it's also possible it goes to 2332 next, then back to support on top of the Ichimoku Cloud here instead of into it for 1379, which lines up with 1468 for the 100% on the QUBT, this range from here to here. So anyway, I like QUBT for another 32% higher to 2332. Watch the turns at 1899. It's going to have another bit of resistance if it goes up that way. I think that's it. Oh no, QBTS. I just use that one. I'm in QBTS. This one is pulling a wave 4, a smaller wave 4 by wave 5. I think this is going to go to 2865 next. So from where price is right now, that would be about 92% higher to get to 2865. Or maybe it just stops at the 141 on the left here at 2694, which would give it 80% higher from where price is right now. And that's it. Matt, do you have any final thoughts for today?
Yeah, I'll just switch it back to me because I see mags and SMH. So that'll be my final ones here. So mags, or no, sorry, SMH. Yeah, it's a breakout, right? It's a higher high. It's a higher high from this little candle wick right here on the daily chart, and it's continuing higher. So the next resistance is basically near the previous all-time highs, right up here, 280s. So I think it can keep gravitating in that direction, but the closer it gets there, the more cautious I will get because we could see some kind of big correction. Again, maybe some kind of scary event before trying to go higher. Mags, same situation. It looks fine, right? It's going higher as well. Even on the daily chart, you can see it's higher highs as well. And going to the weekly chart, it's beautifully on top of the weekly cloud, on top of the 236 fib, the 5022. and I'll be looking for this 58.69 to go to next. It might run into a little bit of trouble, like maybe like around here, around this zone right here, because this was a big kind of resistance zone, maybe around 55.76, $56. So I'll be a little bit more cautious up there. But yeah, they're all beautiful charts. Nothing is really nothing out of the mega cap is broken at all, except Apple is kind of like annoying. So that has potential to be boring for a while. But everything else is looking like they wants to break higher. So with that said, trackers.
Yeah, I guess I should have shown my VIX chart early in the show. I'm looking for like all over the place. It's going to depend on the chart, but for the most part, we'll see some continuations, maybe some things at resistance that get sent back a little bit, but overall, it's kind of a dicey place to sell anything because the market might just keep pushing things higher and higher and higher, and if you get left behind, like coin, or you just get left behind. The balloon goes up way up into the sky, and like the kid on the ground is crying because he'll never be able to catch that balloon again. Do you look out? So here we gapped down after that. The VIX like jumped up here with some little bit of fear on the Monday Open, and then by Tuesday it had gapped back down, and we're right back under the 127.2, which is like halfway between my greed and take profits line. And I think we're just going to be heading on down to the take profits line, which lines up pretty well with Matt's 1414 here. I don't think we'll ever see a 1618, but if we did, that would be a melt up of the century, and you definitely want to go to cash. If it ever hits this 1618 down here at 670, that's just like the market is gone, has lost its ever loving mind. Ever loving mind. All right, there you go. And yeah, the 127 is now resistance. Right, it was inside this candle here, so I think we're just going to keep on pushing down into the take profits zone.
Right.
All right.
Very
Well,
good.
thanks, Matt. Thanks for the show last night. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And guys, we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yes. See you tomorrow, guys. Take care.
Same bat time, same Matt channel.
That's right. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks.